Hello and welcome to another update video about gold. I think gold deserves an update given that we've seen quite a strong surge and a break above resistance. So we have to talk about what this could mean for the price. Shouldn't be a surprise that gold is pushing higher overall, given that, yeah, I'm quite bullish on gold. I have been quite bullish on gold, and I've highlighted several times that this could be the year for the metals, okay? So it just speaks for an underlying bullish trend in gold. There are some analysts who are very bearish in gold and have been, but there's no point. You know, we're holding above support levels. We've been holding above support levels for a long time now, and especially after that low, which was formed here in 2022 still. And yeah, since then we've been grinding higher, and I had this bullish perspective on gold, and we're just grinding higher. And I've been highlighting that sort of $2,500 target for the last couple of years, and we are getting there, you know, slowly but steadily. And I assume that this uptrend will continue. However, let me explain here the structure, because we haven't really seen a clear wave 2 low yet. So obviously, what did we talk about? We talked about two wave counts here, both bullish. So again, shouldn't be a surprise that gold is pushing higher, but we talked about two scenarios. The first one being that we have here 5 waves up already in the white count, and that a wave 1 already topped on the 21st, was it 21st? Yeah, around about the 21st of March, and that this wave 2 has started to unfold. This is still valid. However, I would then have to take out this. The thing is, if this is the case, then we had an A wave down, a massively overshooting B wave, which is what they can do, and then we would get a C wave down. The thing is, if we have such an overshooting B wave, which we know B waves can do that, right? I made it very clear in the last videos that the resistance area I give you there in red is only the standard resistance area for a B wave. And even in a B wave, we can easily overshoot. So I'll take that out now. Certainly a break above the initial resistance area indicates some short-term strength or underlying strength. And yeah, it could still be a high B wave, but then early next week, I would like to see a breakdown. And when do we say it's not a high B wave anymore? Well, if it's a 5-wave move up, it's not a high B wave anymore, but that's not so clear on these time frames. But then usually also there's a theoretical limit, the 1.38 retracement of the A wave. That's at 2,252. So far we haven't managed to sustain above that level. So this would be the high B wave retracement. But whenever we get such a strong B wave, it could also be something different, which is the yellow count, which was just another scenario within this overall bullish trend, in which I highlighted to you that maybe we haven't topped here in wave 1. And the reason I did say that was that the wave 5 in the white count, the wave 5 of 1 was quite shallow. Okay, you might remember that from one of the previous videos in which we calculated a target for that 5th wave, and I highlighted to you that the ideal target would have actually been, so there are two, 2,230 to 2,283, or, and there are two ways of measuring this. Let me just double check that one as well, but this I need to measure differently. Okay, that was reached, 2,210, okay, but the two other targets weren't reached, and it basically with that was quite a shallow 5th wave, and therefore I highlighted then if we get a B wave, it might, sometimes these high B waves then reach actually the target zone, or it could mean that the wave 1 didn't actually finish and we get one more extension higher. So at the moment, I assume that this is just one more extension higher. I think it's more likely than a high B wave, but we'll see how it starts next week. All the scenarios are bullish anyway that I'm tracking, and I will not change the support area, but it's likely that if it's a high B wave, that if the C wave down happens, we might not even go into the yellow support region, because the B wave overshoots so much that the C wave doesn't need to go down that much, basically. Okay, so the C wave often has roughly the same length as the A wave, which would probably take us and position us above the A wave low even. We'll see. The thing is, the problem I have with that is, first of all, we shouldn't be upset with gold extending higher. It is a bullish market in the metal sector, which is quite clear, I think, quite obvious. It should be, at least if you're using Elliott wave. And that's one thing. And then also, we shouldn't be surprised because of the underlying strength in the gold sector. Yeah, gold is quite bullish. I mentioned it many times. And the problem is, though, that it is possible with such a shallow retracement that wave 2 already bottomed. I mean, it's possible, but it's not reliable, okay? We don't necessarily need to have a deep retracement, but we need to have a deep retracement for a reliable wave 2. I hope that's clear from for what the difference actually is. For me to really say, okay, this is probably the low already in the wave 2, I need to have a deeper pullback, at least actually hitting the yellow support zone. If we don't do that, it will be very challenging to determine the exact micro count. But overall, upside pressure is there, and any pullbacks in this gold market can be used as opportunities to maybe add a position, because it is a bullish market, and let's say pullbacks in a bullish market usually can be an opportunity. So what's next? So I will watch next week if the price is getting rejected here. If yes, then it could be that high B wave. If we push higher to 2,283, then I would assume this is the yellow count, and we'll still watch for a wave 2 pullback. If we substantially go beyond 2,283, well, honestly, then we could already be in the main element of the third wave rally. And the wave 2 was very, very shallow then, which, as I often say in my crypto videos, is quite common in bullish markets. So gold has definitely over recent weeks, well, months rather, given us plenty of opportunities to get into this market. We had a lot of pullbacks, we had a lot of retracements into our support regions, and the price rarely broke a support region because we're in a bullish market. And sometimes we even had the problem that the pullback wasn't deep enough. So now it's a matter of, at some point, they just go, these charts, right? And especially in a third of a third wave. Let's see if this is the start. I think next week will be very interesting for gold. Hope you liked the update about gold. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500 and regular updates about stocks, then feel free to check our stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.